Have you ever heard of a worm box? Essentially, it's a box with a few hundred worms inside living in a bit of soil, and you can chuck your own food scraps on top of that, and they will eat that and make new compost out of it and new soil. And you can use it for whatever you want. And it's not only soil, it's really awesome compost soil, which is rich in nutrients and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was quite cool. And I was thinking about building a worm box myself for about a year now. And I'm finally doing it. A few weeks ago, I ordered some, plastic boxes online, and, there was one thing coming to another, and I thought, why don't I just build a few boxes, because I know a few friends of mine or some other people might want one. And then one thing led to another, and here I am with 10 plastic boxes, and the whole thing is supposed to be a startup. But it's kind of like a, how do you say, mock-up?
Mock-up. In manufacturing and design, a mock-up or mock-up is a scale or full-size model of a design or device. I actually don't really know if this is the right word for what I'm trying to say, but I think mock or mocking someone is a bit similar to making fun of someone as well. And here it says mock is also noun with a meaning and imitation, usually of lesser quality, which is kind of what I'm going for here.
Like a funny idea, like everybody else is doing startups and just doing this sustainable thing and that sustainable. And I thought I might as well do a worm box startup in Hamburg, because there's no one selling worm boxes here. I thought I'm just gonna start the whole idea and make a bit of fun of it, call it a startup, make an Instagram page, put startup in the title and sustainable and whatnot. But not only that, that is one idea. For whoever wants to buy a worm box, I'm just gonna build them a worm box and they can have it, and they're just gonna pay me for my work. But for anyone else who just wants to have their own worm box and don't want to pay too much for it, the whole idea is that I not only sell complete final worm boxes for everyone, but moreover just show them how to build it, where to buy the parts, and essentially have like an informative page for people to buy their worm boxes here in Germany, in Hamburg. It's a local thing, it's in German. I call it Wurmbude, which essentially means worm house, home. So yeah, I started building one today. A week ago I was buying all the final parts to build the box for my worms essentially. Yeah, the worms came a bit too early, and so I had to rehouse them in one of the boxes, and it is currently just standing there. I'm making sure they are right now for a couple of days, but I wanna have a box for them, a proper home, So let's get to the fun stuff here. I built a box. I built a box, yeah. Far out, I did. As you can see, this is one piece of the box. The reason why I bought this wood is it's pretty cheap compared to if you buy like sheets. So with this wood, you can stack it together and you can build up your box however tall you want to have it. Yeah, I thought that would be a nice idea, and this wood is pretty cheap. It's like 8 euros for a square meter, and for like sheets you pay like 20. So even though this is not the perfect wood for water resistancy, I'm gonna go with it because I bought a bunch of those.
Soul, sing my soul. You've been rescued by the king. On my soul, sing my soul. He scattered your enemies.
Alright, this is it. This prototype is not finished, but I'm gonna leave it here because I'm thinking I might go with a different approach, because for one, the boxes don't fit in here. It was too tight. I should have put on a couple of millimeters more. So I can't really use this one, and that kind of annoys me, but it kind of don't, because I don't think that this kind of wood is the best suited for such a box. I would love to build a box like that, because then you have these little segments and it actually holds up pretty good. But with my hand saw, it's always on a tiny bit of an angle, which means the whole thing is shifted a little bit. I'm gonna go with a different approach. I might just go with wooden sheets. I will save some time and screws, because I used way too many screws now. With wooden sheets I probably don't need that many screws, which is gonna be a plus. And it's gonna take less time, which is gonna be another plus too. So we'll see how I'm gonna build the next prototype, and hopefully that one's gonna be better and I can actually have a lid, the boxes inside, and some wheels under it and that kind of stuff, and so I can actually transfer my worms in the box. The next prototype is done. It is right in front of me. We even got a lid mate. And it's freaking cool. I put holes in the sides, I put wheels underneath, and I've built the whole thing actually for my work Riel because I made a TikTok and I had to build a box pretty quickly, so I've done that in one morning before work actually, just to get it to some kind of shape and then finish it at work. But I'm gonna use it for myself now and see how this stacks up against the one I've built as well with wooden sheets. The startup thing was a bit too high, it was a bit too exaggerated. I'm just gonna sell a few of them to my friends and that's it. And if they recommend it to other people, maybe, you know, I get some Instagram followers and the people like the worm box and want to buy it, then that's cool. But I've got a van to build out, so yeah. I'm gonna have a next video with the proper build of the full prototype 4, hopefully. So this one is the second one. The first one failed. The third one failed, which is the first one with wooden sheets. And the number 4 is going to be the one. Number 4, prototype number 4. I'm going to have that in the next video and I will see you then, hopefully. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and see you, boy! Actually, we're not done here because I still have to put the worms inside. And I just wanted to give you a glimpse in here, what it looks like. This is kind of like a lid for the plastic boxes, and I put some holes in there so that the water can drain out. The worms can still get through here, so I got a bit of cloth that's gonna stay on there. And then we're gonna have the first box with some holes in there too, which is gonna sit on there. And so that is the base layer. The water can go through here into the very box without any holes in the very bottom, which I can take out on the side. And yeah, the worms are gonna just chill in here. Then when this box is full, the next box is gonna come on top and so forth. It's gonna be the base layer, some cardboard. They do like it moist, so we're just gonna So this is a piece of coconut fiber. You can also use hemp fiber. You just put this on top of your food scraps, and every time you put new food scraps in, you just lift this up, put this stuff in and put it back down, because the worms will eat it much faster if this is on top, and it provides airflow and keeps everything moist underneath. That was it. And hopefully the worms are gonna be all okay.